My team tonight fact-checking the GOP claims on education spending, and we're highlighting some new information about who our teachers are and why the average salary in North Carolina needs a closer look. Jonah Kaplan continuing our live team coverage from downtown Raleigh. He's outside the legislative building tonight. Jonah?
You know, Steve, you're going to hear a lot of numbers, and that's because, well, both sides, they really are looking at their own homework assignment differently of how to present their facts. And it's so important to put those numbers in context and give it the proper perspective, because in many ways, both sides, they're actually right. State lawmakers returned to Raleigh on Wednesday with all eyes on the budget, how to spend nearly $24 billion of your taxes. Also on Wednesday, tens of thousands of teachers who want more for their share of the pie.
The fact that 1 million kids are not going to be in school tomorrow because a political organization wants to have folks come here to either communicate with us or send a message or whatever is probably the front and center thing about this.
Republican leaders today going on the offensive by defending their record. 5 years of consecutive raises for teacher salaries and almost $9 billion in public school spending, the most in 15 years. Next year's budget calls for an average increase of more than 6%.
This year, 6.2%, that's a major step. I don't see how anyone can say that's not a major step. That's huge. That's more than a lot of people out there in the private sector are getting.
So it's true that salaries are going up, but they're still far below the average teacher salaries of most states. Also true, overall spending is up on public education because there are more students enrolled and thus more teachers needed to teach them. The I-Team today looking at the demographics of all 81,000 teachers in the state, a quarter of them with less than 5 years experience and just 5% with more than 30. Overall, the majority of teachers have less than 15 years teaching experience. State education officials confirming the number of veteran teachers with more than 25 years in the classroom has fallen significantly in the last 10 years, as have the number of teachers with national certification. Experience and certification are two major factors that lead to higher salaries. Governor Cooper, in his own budget proposal, he's calling for much higher teacher raises, potentially up to 14%. Asked about that today, Republican leaders say that would not be fiscally responsible. We're live here outside the legislature. Jonah Kaplan, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.